Ska vi se. Jag har ändå gränsfall med kaffemängd här, känner jag. Vi får se om jag behöver gå och fylla på. God morgon allesammans. Välkomna till Speljuntan och denna torsdags stream. Jag har flyttat för typ en vecka sedan, så det är fortfarande lite så här kaos här. Det märker ni, ser liksom, så vi har en stark motljus-situation med det här otäckta fönstret där det ska upp mörkläggningsgardiner och annat. Men så långt har vi inte kommit. Ni ser också lite flyttlådor och annat i bakgrunden. Det viktigaste av allt är på plats. Det mystiska paketet är med även på nya adressen. Otäckta eller otäcka? Du menar fönstret? Ja, jag vet inte. Disco Elysium ska vi fortsätta med idag. Jag tänkte så att jag skulle börja den här streamen med att ha någon så här fin recap på vad vi har gjort hittills, men sen insåg jag att jag kommer inte riktigt ihåg om vi blev klara med den första dagen eller inte. Är det någon i chatten som minns vad vi gjorde? Eller säg, jag minns massa grejer vi gjorde. Jag minns att vi gick i fackpampens fälla lite grann. Jag minns att vi hoppar in helt enkelt. Tack så mycket, Rob. Det är riktigt många som undrat vad som är i den här lådan. Jag berättade i en viss Patreon-exklusiv podd en gång. Men jag sa även i början av den podden att jag skulle ljuga om en av grejerna jag sa i det avsnittet. Så att, Mr. Everett is helping finding my gun. Ja, men jag vet inte, det var vapnet vi bad om hjälp med. Skitsamma. Ni som inte var med förra gången, vi har ju den här större diplom, Årets Gusensbo-diplomet är med i en av låtarna. Det ska upp på väggen. Jag tänker att så här, typ här ska det sitta grejer som är, någorlunda streamrelaterade. Jag har ju en väldigt fin väggbonad. Eller jag har haft 2 fina väggbonader av disco, eller av Carpe Dentum till exempel. En som är receptet på rårakor. Och en som är där det står fack Riksidrottsförbundet. Jag har även en jättefin sån här gammal skolmålning på en uggla som jag fick av OBEF, som också ska upp. Nog om det. Jag tänker att vi vi drar igång och ser om vi kan minnas, pussla ihop själva. Det är så här ironiskt att vi spelar en person med minnesförlust samtidigt som vi själva inte riktigt minns vad vi har gjort, men det blir säkert bra. Det här ser ut att stämma 5 april. 5 april, det var en månad sedan vi körde. Shit, ja, tiden går fort. Måste köra oftare. Streamers get stitches. På vilket sätt då menar du, farbror? Det är ett gammalt citat från en gammal Peter Spel-podd. När det upprepas ju varje år, men jag sa det i samband med att Riksidrottsförbundet hade beslutat sig för att inte göra e-sport, eller att inte inhysa e-sport i sin verksamhet. Det handlade väl mer om att jag inte tycker att det kanske behövs, eller så här, det finns ju fördelar med att vara med i Riksidrottsförbundet som e-sport, men det finns ju också nackdelar. Vi ska se här nu. Vi har en level up att göra. Jag tror vi sparar den här level-uppen tills vi ser. Jag har helt glömt vilka checks vi har som vi har misslyckats med, som vi kan peta in poäng i och kanske försöka med igen, som är viktiga. Den har vi redan interactat med, tror jag. Då ska vi se. Ask him to tell you about the case. Yes. Get 2 signatures. Just det, det var det vi skulle göra. Kom ihåg att lägga lite på electrochemistry, viktig check i slutet av spelet. Dobrinko, är det som är där vid väggen som man måste greja? Det här spelet ändrar ditt starka svaghet. Språket P1 gjorde ett avsnitt nyligen som handlade mycket om skillnaden mellan idrott och sport. Lyssnar man på det skulle det bli ganska svårt att hävda att e-sport skulle vara inkluderat där sen. Ja, så kan det ju vara. Men grejen är också att Riksidrottsförbundet har redan massa andra konstiga grejer som inte skulle gå som idrott i så fall. Dart. Chansar jag på. Nej, det är Shivers är det. Men du får bonusar om du gör quests på kusten. Signaturerna kan du fejka så det blir Corrupt Cup på riktigt. Schack. Ja, schack. Precis, Willy. Vi har ingen karta än. Getting the body down, där är vi inte riktigt än. Vi börjar med att prata med Kim då kanske. Bara orientera oss lite.
Yes. What do you want to know?
If we're from different precincts, why are we on the same case?
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
Är ljudet bra eller ska vi höja?
His disdain is clear. This man would not use such an expression otherwise.
Det är alltid så här, det är alltid spännande att varje gång det är alltid spännande att så här, bara för att man kopplar ur alla sladdar ur sin dator och sen kopplar in alla sladdar en gång till, då har liksom inställningar och sånt ändrats. Jag fattar inte varför.
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
Det är faktiskt lite lågt för mig också.
That's good. What's there to say? It's just stupidity. The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the union make a mockery of law enforcement here. And now it's come to its natural conclusion. Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to.
Miguel, jag har ett extra kul också, men det är inte inkopplat. Lägger skriver co-op-stream med resterande juntanen snart. Ja, kanske det. Vi hade ju en här om veckan när vi hade AV.
I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. It was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest. 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
Där är vi Frank. Väldigt liten Frank.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary.
Så se här. Options. Kan höja voiceover volume lite. Kan höja music volume lite. Streamer mode är... Och se nu, kan ni se... Vänta då. Vi kanske får göra så här en snabbis. I och för sig, jag tror inte det spelar någon roll om ni ser... För att aktivera tillägget, men... Nej. Aktivera. Några av er kanske måste... Så, connection established. Nej, det hade kunnat haft upp hela tiden. Några kanske måste refresha streamen, men vi testar. Om vi gör så här då. Jag glömmer för de här gör det. Det här är väl rösta. Nu borde ni kunna rösta på vilket val vi ska ta genom att klicka på någonting. Skärmen, ish. Vi gjorde det här sist. Ingen röstar. Det är oroväckande. 0 personer röstar. Är ni beredda nu? Vi testar en gång till. Så jag vet ifall det, så att det funkar eller inte. Han inte. Ja, men vi testar en gång till då för att se. Det är så 15 sekunder in-game. Nu är det någon som har röstat i alla fall. Ja, titta. Nu funkar härligt. Jag tänker så här, vi behöver inte använda det här på alla dialogval såklart. Men när vi kommer till olika...
Yes. I'm an unrepentant spoil sport.
Olika forks så kan vi definitivt köra med dem. What's special about Martinez?
Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to
Inte
get
idrott.
here. Most of the interchange doesn't exist.
There can only be one conclusion. I am the finest we have. A hero cop sent to outperform you in every way imaginable. I must be an augury. Det vet jag inte vad det betyder riktigt. An apocalyptic omen sent by my people. Can you guess my message? Don't be scared, but I think I might have supernatural abilities. I probably have an unbelievable kill count. I'm going to leave why I was sent unspecified.
A good joke.
A good joke.
He does not actually think it was a good joke.
If it helps you work better, okay. See it as competition. But don't expect me to.
Hur mår alla i chatten då? Har ni en
No.
bra torsdag? Är ni peppade på Kristi himmelfärds nästa vecka?
Was there anything else you wanted to ask about the competition? Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it. What do you want to know?
Literally anything.
Yes. The case brief you missed. Now I remember.
Augury, inte det Omen? Ja, men Omen stod ju, Big B, Omen stod ju sen i samma mening också. Eller hur, Lasse? Otroligt.
3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a
Varför mycket
security
göra på
guard
jobbet för att
who
hinna
was
med korta
found hanged in
Det är vad jag jobbar med.
Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling and Rags hostel cafeteria.
Låter härligt då.
The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate.
Vad har du för valp?
During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Why didn't we know anything about the caller?
They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of
Konsult i
some
byggbranschen,
sort.
allt ska bli klart
The
vid
desk
går.
could identify
Kämpa.
neither the
Det är
caller's
skönt med
age
rödarna
nor
så vi kan
sex.
ha ingen som är föräldraledig. Aj. Men är det inte då man lämnar bort barnen till så här mormorar och farmorar och morfarar och farfarar? Eller hur, Akotini? Nu sover Frank. Titta. Ligger ihopkurrad som en kanelbulle.
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters.
Just det,
The
farbror.
Dock Workers
Glömde det.
Union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
Okej.
That's right. You mean like a brief? There's no reason. 3 days ago, the RCM emerged. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his... a security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen. That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are part of.
Gillar
A
att
self-organized peace corps
hjärnan
of the
berättar detta för
occupied
oss.
city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. It's super useful to know this.
Miguel, det är bra. Min sambo fyller år imorgon så jag har lite att fixa inför det, men Det blir supermysigt. Gå för mina Carpe.
Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer. No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved
Eller hur
in a
han ska
labor
för det är
dispute.
katastrof.
It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
Personally, I think labor disputes are very mysterious. Okay, so the case probably isn't mysterious, but could it be sexy?
As you know, there was considerable interest in this case at my station, but probably not for the reasons you have in mind.
Maybe there's a young woman involved. Om man har spelat spelet så kan man veta att det kanske är så. Jag trivs ganska bra ändå. Jag får lite så här, om jag är svettig eller varm så får jag så skavsår på näsryggen, men jag gissar att det är att man får valkar efter ett tag eller något. Are you sure there's not some sex angle we should be considering? Okay, I guess that's a list.
Excellent.
Vi går vidare nu.
Was there anything else? Good.
That's all I need for now. I think you should know that I can't remember anything. Jag vill hålla lite på den. Så vad har vi mer här som vi kan göra direkt? Den där kan vi börja på. Den här skulle vi också kunna börja på. Den där kan vi ha i åtanke hela tiden. Den där kan vi också göra. Ja, men vi har lite vi kan sätta tänderna i här. Jag tror vi ska snacka lite med hamn, de som protesterar i hamnen. Nej, Carpe, jag pratade om dina fina, handarbeten. Eller, det är alltid på torsdagar klonken. Och så tar jag skaffa glasögon, jag med, ser fan inte vad det står för nummer på bussen när den kommer. Oj, det är dags. Förresten, är det någon som har fått covid-sprutan än? Vilken var det man håller den? Vad man håller, vi får se allt som går att interagera med. Om jag inte missminner mig nu så måste vi ta den... Vänta, kan vi få upp den här på något jävla vänster?
You're back before the cargo container. No reply. You attempt to turn the handle. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions.
Visst har jag har kofoten equipped. Kan jag använda den här, jag tror.
You're back before the cargo. You're back before the... A rusting control panel with no screech of metal when the crane does not...
Det är dags för lösningen för länge för mig. Tänker mig nu att det kommer bli som att gå från lågupplöst till 4K. Alltså lite så är det ju faktiskt. Eller var för mig i alla fall. Massa burkar. Panta här. Har vi kollat, va?
This is the night watchman.
Pansimrotter, jag är med Napock.
The payphone hangs mute.
Jag kommer inte ihåg allt vi har, vad vi har
The
gjort.
file
vad vi inte har
cabinet
gjort.
stands steady as ever, and the unlocked drawer, slides shut smoothly.
Ska vi försöka förfalska den här med signaturen då?
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan.
Miguel, jag tänker vi
in
kör
the
på
addendum.
till någon gång 1 kanske?
The youth center
Får se.
cuts into
Halv ett,
the
ett.
ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to be awfully close to the already existing buildings, almost wall to wall, practically integrating them into the youth center. This is either an ominous or cool architectural choice. Hard to say. My money is on cool. Looks like a cubic pyrite.
I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but...
How else are you going to build something? It's always inconvenient to build things, and citizens inevitably have disagreements over such construction
Ja,
projects.
vi provar
But
väl
there's
då.
no other way. There is no loophole. The simple truth is the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months, their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door.
I should have seen it. Everard probably has eyes on us, but we could try to get other people to sign this instead of those listed. Or you could forge their signatures yourself. By the time he finds out, we'll already be gone. However, we'll need access to the coast before we do anything. Everard won't believe you got villager signatures if you can't even get to the village.
Just det. Är det den goda musiken nu? Jävlar vilken morgonfrippa jag hade. Se ditåt den nassen. Vi behöver nog bara gå ner här.
Bastards! We have a right to work! Hold up and stay frosty,
En
everyone.
halvöverraskning. Jag
Cops are here.
berättade då på Discord att det skulle bli i typ föregår eller någonting.
You here to fuck with us? Beat
Jag
the
gillar att
honest
köra de
worker
här
down.
små streamsen. Man smyger in en förmiddag eller någonting så kommer det... Vad är det som tittar nu? 50 personer. Men det är ändå mer än vad jag trodde det skulle vara. Ett tajt litet härligt gäng. Det trivs jag i.
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Then I'm thinking no.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Right to work! Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
What kind of cause are we talking about? I don't think I've chosen any sides yet. Regardless, I have some questions for you.
Maybe you should ask them the questions. Like, why we're not allowed to make a living. We have families to
Jag har inte
feed,
mycket
you
till över för en
piece of
svartfot
shit.
som den här scab-leadern.
we, Scab.
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful,
Det här är ju
not
folk som är
toys for
betalade av
corporate
företaget.
interests. We came here to help the harbor run
The
smoothly
man
in
runs a
time
hand
of
through his
crisis.
steadily graying
If
military
union fucks
haircut.
don't want work,
Precis.
they are to let in those who do want work.
Carpe skriver, jag blir så pepp att fortsätta mitt äventyr med disco när jag hänger med Tobias streams. Måste ju försöka förföra han balkongrökaren? Ja, han, just det. Honom har vi inte träffat på än i den här genomspelningen, tror jag. Dunder på trons oj, vilken överraskning. Ja, trallvänlig bit. Hallå Draco.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
Jag kan också passa på att tacka Coolio. Eller Coolio.
You think they follow because
följa
I'm big
Speljuntan. Stort tack.
and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do! We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the main gate's locked. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer, or whatever he is. Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind him.
Låter som en bra plan, Eklund. Balkongrökare fick mig tänka på grannen i Bäck. Men den här balkongrökaren är mycket yngre.
He's got a strategically
Och har
advantageous
inget
position.
nackstöd heller.
And he's trained. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there, but that one's no joke, and my men are tired and hungry. They're like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually.
Trevlig kille. Pengar. Real. Horseback Monument. An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing towards the sea. It looks like if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol. Son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane."
Not a good track record of mental health in that family. Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy.
Draco, yes, det här är tredje streamen. Jag tänker att så här, typ i juni eller någonting, när jag är färdig med plugget, då kan vi köra klart spelet i en serie streams typ varje morgon under en vecka eller någonting. Even by the standards of the Philippian king, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy.
Well, he blew through the whole national treasury. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. During the Philip III's
Philip III. Oh.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes and food money. Maybe she's your...
Lidik, yes, ekonomisk historia, stämmer bra. Vad heter det? Vi följer väl Inland Empire-stråket här.
Nothing. Her smile just keeps widening. Her hair is grey like lead.
Hallå farbror Frey.
No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Where am I? Who are you?
Jag kan visa alldeles strax.
The smile on her face has disappeared. replaced by the wary aspect
Vilka
of the
stats vi kör?
cornered beast.
Are you alright, ma'am?
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s.
When else would you be then?
Back in Mecca, during the time of the revolution. The sidewalks and cafes are filled with young people. I was on my way to see a new Boyadero picture starring Gabriel Buenguerro. Until you came along, that is. I wasn't dreaming. I was there, Loman. It was early spring, and the man behind the black sun had just come out. The posters were 20 meters tall. Everything was golden.
Matters.
While you, people, were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution, in Methk, it was a golden age.
The Republic of Mesk is a massive confederation on the Isola of Muindi, the world's largest state by territory. It's a petrostate, a constitutional monarchy, and, as of recently, an outcast due to its tilt to the far right.
Why not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
Behind her mountains of memorabilia, photos, and knickknacks line the dashboard.
There's something off about this woman. Tell her to show you the soles of her boots. Maybe she was at the hanging somehow.
Now what do you want with an old woman's boots, Sheriff? I'm starting to think you should let me get back to Gabriel Buenguerro. You are no Gabriel.
She's wearing sturdy worker's boots, made of black leather. Buckles run across. The sole is also made of leather.
Malarkey följer Speljuntan, varmt välkommen hit Malarkey. Måste fixa ett annonssystem.
Now, there was a real man.
Moreover, the boots were size 37, tiny. There are too many discrepancies in all this. Another discrepancy, although not boot-related, is the coronation of His Innocence Franco Negro, which happened 500 years ago.
She's not Odsol, these are not the boots that made the prince.
I could have told you that from just looking at them.
Okej, Kim, tonen. Wow.
The feet of a little girl, they fit well on the pedals.
What are you holding?
Diamonds. Of course not. But wouldn't it be marvelous if I was? Whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine.
So you don't know what you're holding in your own lorry? Well, that's good enough for me.
I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean.
I don't think I do know what you mean, but we do know what she means.
Of course it does. What did you expect?
I still don't understand this whole Boyadero thing.
Yes,
nöjer oss här, tror jag. No one lives here anymore. Nej, här kommer vi inte fram. Frank klickar på snoppen.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
What a lovely voice.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
From another planet. Hey there.
Nej, du är Swinley.
It's the jam, my man.
What's the
It's
jam?
a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike. Scabs agitating.
The Jam. Det finns ju fanns ett brittiskt band som heter The Jam. Det finns ett väldigt kul klipp, eller det var väldigt kul, de var med i ett gammalt SVT-program som heter, om det var Måndagsbörsen? Skitsamma, något vad heter det, underhållningsprogram där artister kom och uppträdde och massa annat. Och då blev Paul Weller då, som var sångare i The Jam, intervjuat. Den intervjun var Pete Cringe, eller hur Swinley. Då blir Paul Weller intervjuad av programledaren, som jag inte kommer ihåg vad hon heter. Och då säger hon, you know the jam in Sweden is sylt, so what do you have to say about that? Paul Weller ser bara förvirrad ut. Tagged, men det är väl någon slags morgon förmiddag någonting i alla fall. Mikael skriver, har sett dina stream av det här spelet och måste säga att det blir en genomspelning någon gång från mig. Ja, men det är otroligt. Jag älskar det här spelet.
Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long haul limbo for days upon days upon days.
So how long have you been
Feels
here?
like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Ja, men det är dock inte Jonas Hallberg som gör intervjun. Men Jonas Hallberg var en av programledarna för programmet, det stämmer.
Everyone's a critic, man. It's okay. I've been here a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need?
Know anything about the dead man?
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here.
Andreas,
Keep
nej.
him busy.
Inte sett, men låter fantastiskt.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Busy with what?
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs.
And your
A
conclusion?
sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees.
Det finns ju också en klassisk intervju där Mark Levengood intervjuar Michelle Pfeiffer som blir det blir dålig stämning i den intervjun. Tell me more about this strike. What are you hauling? Anyway, you seem like a man who knows about drugs.
Ah, man. Me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know? But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now.
Det finns också ett
Why the
fantastiskt
inquiry,
klipp.
my man?
Det har ni säkert sett när Niklas Källner intervjuar Lou Reed. Och Lou Reed bara så här, efter ett tag bara så här, but Nicholas, det är så besviken på hans frågor. Do you find as those other addictions with drug trafficking? I need to get high. Let's be straight with you. I'm trying to figure out who's smuggling drugs out of Terminal B. Ja, visst.
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Andreas, det är också att svensk media inte får intervjua stora stjärnor längre, tyvärr.
Not me, man. No way.
Efter vår track record.
I don't
Nej,
need
men det
any
är så
trouble.
sällan det görs press.
Shit's bad enough anyway.
Förr i tiden. Förr i tiden så
This
kom
jam's
ju
got
liksom
folks
Michelle
up in
Pfeiffer och
arms, and I'm
sånt
afraid
till
it's headed
Sverige och gjorde
toward a
press för filmer
conflagration.
och skit. Nu är det inte så länge. Lyssnar inte på vad han sa. Not me, man, no way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms and I'm afraid it's headed towards a conflagration. Vad är conflagration för något? Stagflation vet jag vad det är, men... Sant åker de till Skavlan istället. Och det är ju inte ens så, utan Skavlan åker till dem. Det är därför Skavlan spelar in i avsnitt i London och New York. För att det är enda sättet att få någorlunda stora stjärnor. Wait, then why are we talking? Why are you still hanging around? What do you think could be conducting the drug trade? Who do you think could be conducting the drug trade?
Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions. Don't be a stranger.
Frågan är nu, vi har ju en grej vi ska göra här. Vi ska spana in registreringsnumret på Armor, run the number.
Inside,
tack,
you see a
tack.
set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out
Nu går
toolbox,
sista kaffen där.
and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Could you run a serial number from a pair of armored boots?
Sure, officer. What's the number? Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-isolering law enforcement service, the crown jewel in the moral intern diadem, alongside EPIS and the coalition government.
As always, it's DJ Mesh and Felicio, and you're listening to Street Freaks FM, bringing you the hottest, the nastiest, the most vulgar.
Right away, the lieutenant reaches into the cabin and turns off the radio. He's not looking at you as he says,
Someone must have been messing with the radio, or
Sure,
maybe
Kim.
picked up a random frequency. You wanted a prime line, right?
he's still avoiding your gaze and his ears glow red.
Speed Freaks FM, huh?
Oh, is that what it was called?
He's trying hard to act surprised. Right, you don't want to get into this, no problem.
Nothing to get into, really. But sure, let's focus on the important things.
He pats the motor carriage. Pestinillassin med Pascal är också en höjdare. Tystnaden hade varit förödande om det var radio inte tv. Ja, Ledik. Det är också kul med att så här, jag jobbade med ett program Breaking News när vi snappade upp den intervjun. Och det är kul att så här, vi klippte ju den intervjun då, eftersom intervjun var ju liksom 7 minuter lång. Så vi klippte ju ut de så här, värsta bitarna av dålig stämning. Och framförallt så förstärkte vi ju massa grejer. Typ så här, gjorde lite längre tystnader här och var. La in konstpauser. Helt enkelt för att så här, förmedla stämningen som var under de här 7 minuterna på 30 sekunder. Och det roliga är att nu när jag ser den här intervjun spridas så är det ju den liksom omklippta, lite fulklippta versionen som vandrar runt, vilket är
This is Precinct 57.
roligt.
57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the last.
No, that's enough fun with...
Då ska vi se, klockan är 20:08. Ja, vi snackar med Kunjo då innan vi försöker runda av den här dagen. Rundar av med lite mysigt Kunjo-snack.
Fuck does Kuno care? You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in?
I face shifted through the roofing material.
Shit. Get the fuck out of...
You can't do that, Kuno.
Pigs can't displace. Can't do that teleport shit. How did you like it in there, pig old boy? Kuno's got a lot
Jag vill
of
berätta
cool
vad det är för
shit there, right?
kul projekt. Nej,
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom.
Får se nu, vad var det då vi skulle fråga honom om? Rest of the armor. I have more questions.
Yeah, the kingdom of Kuno. The fuck do you want with it? Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno. Listen.
Lullebulle följer
Kuno doesn't
Speljuntan.
care about this small time
Lullebulle.
shit. Just listen. Kuno saw what you did there, dumpster diving. Sad shit. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size, good price. 500 real. Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around. Except for that up there. Now you want performance gear or not, Grandpa?
The lieutenant remains silent, but his expression couldn't say, "I told you so," any louder.
Whatever. Kuno was trying to help you, but you're too fat for fouling anyway, pig.
Who else has unauthorized access to the whirling trash? Find this person and you'll know who tampered with the scene. It may take a while, okay.
The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again? Yeah,
Back out and take your fat ass with you.
dunno. Kiptas gardener used to work there.
Kipt is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Areopagite descent. It used to be a common first name among the Areopagites of Ilmara. Not so much anymore.
Yeah, that's what Kuno said. She couldn't handle the heat, so she took off. Kuno can take it. Shit's nothing to Kuno. Look, Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit.
He looks you in the eye and nods as if agreeing with himself.
Yeah, her. What was she doing in the greenhouse in March anyway? What kind of gardening? Yes, it seems suspicious. You don't like things being like that. Suspicious.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. The fuck about it? Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor. Kuno's fuck gimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant. Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away. Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big. Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno. Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk.
Ja, riktig nihilist, Kuno.
You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gate. Yeah, cock in boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit? Came around pretending like he cares about cows?
Yes, you met him at the gates. The one with
Det
the
får man
boots
säga,
and
Tag.
the jolly smile.
Yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor.
Yes, this troubadour has it. You can feel it.
Kuno's fuck gimp. Kuno uses the fuck gimp for target practice. Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno.
Just a couple of pigs.
Looks like you're a fagari now, whatever that means. The suspicious question doesn't really work in antagonistic situations.
Fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
I hate words too.
Words are fucking shit. Make you stupid. Kuno's got his own words now. Kuno words.
Has Kuno been to some kind of school? Probably a school for children with behavioral difficulties.
I have behavioral difficulties too.
Watch out, Kuno. He's trying to relate to you.
Kuno doesn't give a shit about your handicap. Get a wheelchair or something. Kuno doesn't care.
Ja
Your
du,
test-
Kuno.
Get lost.
Kuno doesn't...
Och vänta, här grejade vi den här checken sist.
What do you see?
Ja, det gjorde vi. Och vi har tittat där, vi har varit inne där. 20:36 han klockan blir.
Have you no shame? whining about your back every time you...
René, you...
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old.
Hand-eye coordination, medium 10. Grab the ball and show them how it's done. Yes!
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work. The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it, probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars.
Nu jävlar ska vi visa dem hur man spelar boll.
A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man.
There is time for last glance inward. Who am I?
An embodiment of pure motion, a fine-tuned locomotor running at maximum efficiency. Some would still say you're a cop, but I guess we're beyond that now.
The inertia can be contained no more than a bullet leaving a gun. Let go. Be the bullet. That's how you bull.
Bordel de merde!
A whorehouse of shit. It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters, probably 24, and then some. Nothing to be embarrassed about.
What the hell is your problem?
Not a weak right triceps, that's for sure.
I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful.
Wait, what?
You vandalized our game, son. We can't play pétanque with 5 bull.
Sorry, an honest mistake. Are we good? Pétanque? Ah, pétanque. I understand. I thought it was shot and put. Are we good, Dekul?
No, we are not good, goddammit. We want our bull back.
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer?
No. Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You owe us a goddamn bull.
Listen, guys, the ball is gone and I have a murder to solve, alright?
A fine example you are setting here today, officer. I will remember this. And Gaston will too.
It's okay, officer. Forgotten completely. It was my bull, and I have a spare. Everything is good, and we're ready to assist any way we can.
Bra, Gaston.
The lieutenant says nothing, but his face is rigid. It seems he does not approve of your athletic displays. It's your refusal to take responsibility I don't like.
René, I found your guard booth. Do you know anything about the hanged man in the backyard? Blah, blah, blah. Vi tar den där först.
Yes. The Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the night. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
He feels like he has to justify himself for some reason.
Jag tänker att det är det här vi vill komma till, om man har sett någonting. Men att vi först försöker bygga en liten relation till honom efter vårt lilla övertramp med kulorna.
She is nobody. This is none of your concern, and I refuse.
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
So who was working your shift that night?
No one. The boss has been unmanned since last Monday. There's no other guard. It's just me.
Typiskt.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday.
Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean...
Look, officers. The container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before, René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabinier's pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
Look, officer, can we conclude the topic of my guard boost now? Yes, like I said, it would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp. Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely. In Martinez, the union is the law, so can you really blame them? Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you.
This is a man with a lot of past, but little present, and almost no future.
Mörkt.
Ah, yes! King Philip III, on his steed.
Oh,
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to... Right. Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game.
Was made by a sea monster rising from the depths. Was there an earthquake here? Do you know what created it?
I do. Fire from heavy artillery.
Okay, it's a crater left by artillery fire, but why?
Why what? Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home. Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked. Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
It was probably a bit more complicated than that.
I understand, I'd bomb this place too.
This place is a damn beachhead, son. They didn't do it because they didn't like it. They had to soften the commies up first. Yes, the military Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds. This here is
blown ground.
You damn right. The rest of the city go.
Well,
You
Blah, blah,
don't
blah,
even
blah,
be-
kom igen.
Thinking men have opinions.
I would.
This royal
Instead, this is just what the commies want. The suzerain is... It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand again.
21:02, det är alltså kvällning. Frågan är om vi kan kolla här först. Kolla de här grejerna, sen går vi tillbaka. Där har vi den. Här är en shop om jag inte missminner mig. Water lockout order until Wednesday. Okej. Ja, vi går tillbaka nu. Det här får vara slutet på dag 1, tänker jag. Det där kan vi kanske göra om hon är kvar.
There's a pile of cheap sunglasses.
You like sunglasses, officer?
Stylish.
I och för sig.
These are all boring. Boring. Those UV stickers are almost certain.
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, super material, very cool. UV resistant. These will definitely keep your eyes safe and cool. While
Abort.
damn, officer, you look like a mega secret.
It's going to be very difficult for any.
No, you are definitely not buying those.
Are you sure? But they look so good on you. You should think this through, officer.
No luck. All you find is this lime-colored cellophane visor, produced by a.
Oh, that visor is perfect for you, officer. You don't like it? Sure, Square Joe. No problem. Let's get you some real shades.
Conceptualization. Det kanske inte är så dumt. Nej, vi chillar. Vi har redan 5 där. Det känns inte värt att investera mer i just nu. Vi springer tillbaka. Här har vi henne.
Hello again, officer. How are things?
Tell me what exactly have you been doing in your greenhouse in March?
Well, this might be the last snow we get. At least I hope so. Snow has nutrients in it. Helps everything green up in the spring.
What nutrients?
At least that's what my grandma always told me. Nitrogen and sulfur mostly. And whatever...
Stop looking at her. Look around. What do you see? That's right. And the canal, the bookstore, the harbour gates. This is a great vantage point for keeping an eye on you.
Note, but I'll keep it to myself, tänker jag.
Glad to have been of service. Now you know the locals are keeping tabs on you.
Interfacing, ja, det är bättre att ha en electrochemistry just nu, känns det som. Då ska vi se här om vi kan på något sätt runda av dag 1. Komma igång med dag 2.
Hello again, sweetie.
Det här är ju senare då. Eller i och för sig, det där hade vi kunnat göra. Var det så här? När vi började den här spelstationen, då var vi hos Everett. Var det så att vi hade gått till honom och avrundat där för att vi skulle göra det här? Det kan ha varit så.
Can I help you? Yes. Have you got it? Yes. Yes. A lot. A lot. For the room, drinks and broken window, 130 real.
Vi har inte pantat nu, men vi kommer ju inte komma upp i det.
Yes.
Panta kanske. Och sen i chatten, vad ska vi rikta in oss på här för att runda av den här dagen? Jag kommer inte ihåg riktigt exakt hur den här dagen, första dagen rundas av. Hallå, Happy Ina. Pluggat som min hjärna mos. Vad pluggar du för något? Kuppar vi upp här.
The tear machine stands in. Your bottles clunk into the machine,
Det
and
var
the money.
inte mycket. 13 real, det kommer vi inte långt på. Ja. Minns det som att det finns en skum chaufför till... Jag vet inte, vi kan gå och prata med Manjana. Han hade ju varit där och förhört sig om armoret.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
Ja, kämpa på Hepaina. Jag har varit där, jag vet hur det är.
You've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man too, probably.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains. Right, you talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk. Yeah, the janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole. Like I said before, I don't know much about this weasel, but the bossman said he's a real piece of work. The little boy had it good on his promise. To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me, pardon the choice of words, not mine.
What happened?
Jag ska svara snabbt på ett sms bara.
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
Litar vi på det här?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, and the cops in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes. I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part. I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
Hold up, 4 pieces. Helmet, cuirass, gauntlet, boots. What about the leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
Nice and balanced. Some junior officers can take care of the rest.
Smart choice. It's only that one spot you need armored too. The one the bullet hits. Good luck if you go for those boots though. You'd have an easier time wresting the spurs off a boyadero than getting them off him. It's a minor nuisance. It's all good. No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
He is sincerely grateful he is not tracking down pieces of armor right now.
Då går vi tillbaka och konfronterar Kunio då. Det verkar som att vi får en vända Kunio till innan den här dagen är slut.
does Kuno care? So?
He told me you promised to sick the pigs on him. He said thank you, wasn't too keen on chasing that armor. Anyway, he said you're now the king of the entire Jamrock.
Yeah, so? Kuno did sick the pigs on him. Kuno's a man of his word.
Kuno sent your fat ass running around like jello.
Look, pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on.
Good idea.
Yeah, that's what Kuno said. After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face.
Yeah, real interesting.
The fuck do you want with it? Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape.
What?
What is this shit? Fucking on yourself. This is weird level shit. Kuno doesn't go there.
Fuck your shit back to normal. What is this?
Well played. No one saw that coming.
That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your eyes.
It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you know anything?
You could use some.
Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, rips mag like a motherfucker, and you could use a battle.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna use it against you, Kuno.
You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag. You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die.
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom. Kuno doesn't...
The man before you is the material, delicate, and these are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a large...
Indeed, ceramic under the heel. Fair weather.
A small bell.
It's anything but.
Faint, like whirls of floorboard. I am so disappointed in you. What are you? The cadaver slowly...
PLP, kul att ha dig här. Jag tänker att vi borde försöka gå till Everett imorgon och få hjälp med att få ner kroppen. Det kommer säkert kosta oss, men jag tror att det är värt det.
Yes?
Okej, vi får inte komma in här. Hur fan? Är det bara jag? Vi kanske inte behöver runda av den här dagen. You can sleep after 21. Sleeping heals all your health and morale. Precis, men vi har inte tillgång till... till vårt rum.
Can I help you? Do I have a shaker in my hand?
He sounds irritated, and it's not a shaker. It's nothing. He's holding...
Am I wearing a little bow tie? Am I wearing a bow tie and doing this? Am I smiling? Do you see me smiling and shaking my little shaker? That's right, I'm the cafeteria manager.
Play it calm. This man needs to understand you need a drink to help the community deal with police stuff.
Oh, well, in that case, let me pour you a nice, big, refreshing marinella. Do you want that out of a glass or a pineapple? Don't be an imbecile. I'm not going to serve you a marinella. I have work to do and broken things to fix. If that was all, I'd like to return to it.
Prata lite med Kim då, får se.
Yes?
No response. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation. Really? You look focused on other people's...
A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the...
Nu är ju då klockan efter 21. Ah, där har vi det. Balcony efter 22. Då tror jag vi går ner till den där lilla shoppen och kollar. Det borde vara lagom för att få 20 minuter att gå. Pawnshop. Jag har glömt att det var där. Kan vi kanske pantsätta lite grejer? Eller ännu bättre, har jag pantsatt någonting jag äger?
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets display. Try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back. Yes, buy something nice. A figurine. This sounds off. You shouldn't trust this guy. Big men on big horses.
Franco-Nigerian knights.
A long, they're not all blue. These figurines also wear
Which ones? Ah, those.
This set of soldiers is...
You're probably talking about I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win. I don't...
He seems to have his own take on the conflict. Everything you pick out seems faded, chipped, and sad somehow. Most of them are just broken toys.
It's not often. What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light.
Oh no, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately. RCM or otherwise.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake. People who are... As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from. It keeps me entertained. I doubt it, but I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. The corpse behind the hostel, I assume. I don't have a truck with a mounted platform or anything of that sort myself. Ask around the harbour. There might be some workers there who...
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colours.
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
Vem har vårt vapen?
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. Oh God. The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her.
Eller hur, Quickie, det är otroligt tycker jag.
Truth be told, she was terrifying.
She's terrifying.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside.
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find her.
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it right now.
Maybe. Shady-looking guys came in here yesterday, looking like they'd just taken off their Wild Pines overalls. They asked if I have a police weapon to sell. I told them I already sold it. They went their way. It was a trip, but you know, all sorts of people come here, asking for all sorts of things.
Maybe Claire really is tracking down your gun.
Of course. Let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Postcard. Den här känns som att man vill ha kvar.
I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment, and especially that tie. It swallows photons around it. I have no need for necrotic objects.
Your mother is a necrotic object! I'm fun! Look at me sparking in the light of the projector!
Another time, perhaps. Hello again. How can I help you? Sure thing. You were adamant, and I don't like...
He's not telling you the whole story.
You weren't quiet. You were very distraught. You said the gun was a threat to your life and that you can't trust yourself with it tonight. And that you need the money. When I said that I don't normally buy firearms, you put the gun barrel in your mouth and sort of sucked on it. Then I agreed to take it.
Very normal behavior. You must have been in great shape.
It certainly does, especially in Revachol. Sure, man.
Okej, då är klockan 10.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year. You should take care of that then. Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping.
Though he finds this situation frustrating,
Jag är lite nyfiken här på...
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty.
Ja, vi chillar. Så går vi end of the day debriefar med Kim. Kvällsmusiken i det här är otrolig.
Can I help you? Yes, have you got it? Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
I understand your predicament as the manager. However, I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation that also affects your business.
Finström, nej. Berätta, vad är Brawlhalla för något?
Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking, and...
He shrinks back a bit under the lieutenant's severe gaze.
Kameran lite, se. Du kanske inte har en stor jävla Clas Ohlson-logga. Så.
I mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment. Not until you bring me the...
Okay, I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
I really didn't want to resort to this. The man is...
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
Det som Smash finns till alla konsoler, free to play, crossplay. Okej, jag är ju ingen Smash-spelare riktigt. Överlag ganska dålig på fightingspel. Det var liksom mina fightingspelsglansdagar var mer i barndomen när man nötte Street Fighter typ.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back.
Transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage. The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against this.
I confiscated these for a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal. There are spinner hubcaps, frivolous things you put on your wheels. When the wheels come to a stop, the caps keep on spinning. There's no real use for them, it's just... A couple of weeks ago, I stopped a young man for going slower than the speed of traffic. Turns out he was some coalition official's son and high. I took them and arrested him for driving under the influence. That they are. I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. No, that would be silly.
He flashes a smile, barely visible in the dark.
As I said, they're useless anyway. I should have remembered I have these earlier.
But thank you. The lieutenant nods as you take.
Gå och cashar in. Det är också en dum titel, Brawlhalla. Det borde ju vara Brawlhalla. Kan jag tycka.
Greetings on this fine night. What brings you here? The pawn shop is always open.
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light while the mind continues to race forward, a drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
I try to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature.
There's a note of indignation in his voice. Those triangle patches on his vest, you have a feeling they mean something, like they're similar to the halogen rectangle on your jacket.
I was with the emergency relief brigade. You know, after the people's pile just had to take Perolidon for radiation sickness. That's what you were hinting at just now, wasn't it? There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment. No one's.
So much.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think? I like the thing.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Have you tried it before?
The lieutenant steps away, pretending to admire some of the knickknacks on display. Go ahead then, he thinks. As long he won't be your knock, but he won't be thrilled about this either.
Every day, here you go, man. Of course.
Men hur säljer vi skiten? South of the Plaza, det är väl här vi är, va? The pawn shop.
Hello?
Yes, we'd like...
Roy takes the hubcaps from the...
Yes, these...
No one was defrauded, or...
Of course.
Thank you. Here's the 130 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it.
The rest is for him, to compensate for the pain of being separated from his radiant spinners. The windfall is a small consolation.
Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time.
Then we go. Titta vad fint det löste sig ändå. I Dixon följer Peter. Det sitter så mycket i ryggmärgen. I Dixon följer Speljuntan. Varmt välkommen hit. Kul att ha dig här denna torsdag. Då gör vi upp med Gart.
Can I help you? Yes, have you got it? Well. Great, thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow. I'll unlock the electronic lock to your room. All the doors lock automatically at 9 p.m. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests.
Då har vi 2 level-ups att göra. Vi sparar dem. Ronneby och Lund. Lund har jag varit i en del och jobbat. Mysig liten stad. Rad och du eller Dick nästan grannar.
Yes? What do you want to know? Good.
Nej. Join him on the whirling in Braggs balcony. Ja, det är där vi är nu. When you're calling it a day. Okej. Då triggas det när vi ska sova då helt enkelt. Mycket folk söderöver här, ser jag. Borås, Västerås är väl i och för sig mer västerut bara, men flera i Skåne, Landskrona. Inga norröver.
This is the door to the room.
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier.
Tänkte slå och titta ibland, men eftersom de skulle till så blir det väldigt
The
knasigt.
lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
hur menar du då, Elena, med 0,5 sekunder? The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for the moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM?
I didn't know you smoked.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
How did you get so cool, Kim?
You mean this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will and unhealthy.
Ja, du menar så, Elena. Ja, jag försöker undvika det, men vad heter det? Ibland så när det är dialog jag inte bryr mig om man vill vidare, så trycker jag bara.
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easier to simply quit. Yet, were he to quit, he would lose the cool factor. This man relishes his cool quite a bit, below it all.
Yes, it's been a long and eventful day. They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Rebachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule. Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM. We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station closely. It prevents confusion and overcrowding. As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, the coalition government, the RCM was formed by the coalition, or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Rebachol or the coalition government. It's probably more honest yet.
Or if they think you do.
Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. I would say our initial inspection was very thorough, and we have solid leads to follow up on. Then you shot him in the chest, which wasn't ideal, and we still have to get him down from the tree.
By not ideal, he means he can't believe he let you try that trick and would be angry if he didn't feel the outcome was partly his responsibility.
Being sober tends to help with precision. But moving on to the interviews, we conducted an interview with Everard Clare.
Det är Dick, jajamän. Jag har spelat igenom det. Jag tyckte det var lite kort.
He wasn't particularly forthcoming with useful information, however.
Jag tror vi kommer runda av efter vi har gjort den här briefen med Kim.
He's not saying much on the matter because he thinks you could have gotten more out of Everard.
Claire also helped you, how should I say, remember your name? That's a relief. That's normal. It's best not to... We tried to interview the Wild Pants rep, but she asked us to do something for her
Outer Worlds
first. Fine, so be it.
FPS RPG, typ Fallout. Det är samma studio som gjorde Fallout New Vegas som har gjort Outer Worlds.
I have a feeling Joyce knows how
det var på många sätt välskrivet och kul. Men som sagt, hade jag önskat att det var lite längre, att det fanns lite mer i den där världen. Också spelat DLC.
If Kim is emphasizing something this much, it really must be important.
Above all though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice? It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those hills. Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. An aerostatic passes overhead, the whiskers of its floodlights on the ground below. Kitsuragi's glasses light up as he looks to the sky. 2 glowing circles.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different in land, in Jamrock and the GRIH. It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company. Not daring to come here more often. It's like I told you, this place is an orphan, fallen between the cracks. We run this city. West of the river is RCM land. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works, our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate. Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes.
Astran, det här är, vad ska man säga, en noir-detektivberättelse, peka-klicka-äventyr, man ska lösa ett mord. Det är väl den enkla förklaringen, men det är också massa RPG-element med karaktärsstöd och framförallt så är det mycket intressanta karaktärer, intressant manus.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
Har vi någonting vi inte har interagerat med här?
The fan stands still. The switch must be broken, because nothing happened. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, it belongs in the new, the 3rd decade of the currents. Things were good. Forget about out of the dazzling swirl of disco music in an open air. What? It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne.
Ja, då chillar vi.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep doesn't come. And then sleep doesn't come. Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening. Maybe it's the bed's fault. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it? Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves. Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood? You're not kidding anyone, Harry. You don't remember shit. Tell me.
Jag tror det Mass Effect-släppet som kommer snart är sugen på att spela igenom det igen, men frågan om det kommer vara samma sak är dock en spelserie som jag inte hunnit spela igenom en gång till efter första genomspelningen. Nej, jag har ju inte heller spelat sista, eller det tredje spelet i serien, så kanske man ska passa på att göra. Men det känns som en spelserie som liksom, jag kan inte tänka mig att den har åldrats särskilt väl. Alltså visst, ganska välskrivna karaktärer och så, men alltså gameplayet minns jag inte som toppen ens när det begav sig.
Do you remember your wife's hand on your face? That's right, funky baby. And you just stood there. One hand on the bottle and the other on your dick. Watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours? No, you failed Elysium.
What is Elysium?
Everything. The Pale and the Isolas on the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people, and you failed every single one of them. You really
Jag tänker att vi ska runda av efter den här drömmen.
No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do. Even in your dreams.
Men att det kanske fortsätter en sväng nästa vecka.
Thin. The spots on the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time. Sweating up the bed. Stinky boy. You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours, bumping into things and acting like a clown? Who are you kidding? Your mind is what now? I can't hear you. The rest is just a word.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover. Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too, so soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork, barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Droger pontade, det här är då alltså ungefär 6 timmar in. Vi är väl knappt en tredjedel genom spelet.
Good going, buddy. Yes, wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's gonna be a good one. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night. You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. That's not really true. Your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself. Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3.
Vi avrundar här då med att ni får bestämma. Ska vi skaffa oss questet där vi ska skaffa knark, eller ska vi inte knarka?
You will be fired.
Jag tänker att det är avslöjande. Vi kommer köra en till omröstning. Jag var för snabb. Men som sagt, vi har 2 val här. Ni väljer genom att klicka. Vi kommer göra om den här för att jag tryckte för snabbt. Så att alla är beredda. Ska vi ta speed eller ska vi inte ta speed? Och ni röstar nu. Det är bara en röst än så länge. Jag vill inte att en person är vågmästare. Vi tar en omröstning till. Alla som tittar nu, det här är det sista vi gör. Sista omröstningen nu. Det blir nu, det kör vi på. Det är nej till knark än så länge. Om någon vill säga, det är jämnt 40-60. 43-57. 67-33. Förlåt, jag tror inte det går att göra på mobil. Och inte på paddan heller. Det är bara ni som tittar i browser som kan rösta. Sorry, jag borde ha varit tydlig med det. Men det blir inget knark. Jag är ledsen.
Suit yourself, slow, sad shellman. See how you do without your spark.
Yes! Toppen! Tack alla som kom och tittade på Speljuntan. Det blir mer stream nästa vecka. Jag ska försöka köra en sväng till med Disco Elysium då. Vi kommer även köra någon mer stream, är tanken. Det blir mysigt. Glöm inte också att det finns en ny podd ute. Speljuntan.se kan man gå in på. Där kan man även bli Patreon om man har möjlighet att stötta Speljuntan så att vi kan göra massa kul. Bland annat så har vi låst upp det här med att vi streamar. Vi har också låst upp en dokumentärpodd i halvåret. Jag håller på att jobba på den första dokumentären. Den kommer komma i juni. Och det kommer bli en riktigt matig, härlig jävel. Det kommer bli intressant. Jag tror att det kommer bli en ganska episk historia. Ja. Glöm inte också att rösta i Nintendo 64-mästerskapet. Även det kan man göra på speljuntan.se. En teaser på M&M. Ja, det är en historia som sträcker sig över 30 år kan man säga. Jag kan ta en dogcam här på slutet då, Frank. Hej Frank. Oj. Ja, glöm inte att lyssna på den, gör allt det där. Joina vår Discord. Jag tror vi kan skriva så här nu. Titta, där har ni alla ställen som Spelutan finns på. Ha en fin helg nu allesammans, så hörs vi igen snart. Ta hand om er. Hejdå!